3. Hey, everybody, stay in the student union. Stay in the student union. We don't need to go into the lecture hall yet. That's later. We've got a guest lecturer coming in about an hour or so. And so for now, we're chilling. I got some pancakes. They're making hot cakes over in the student union.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a fundraiser? What's a fundraiser for?
I mean, it's college. They're just feeding us. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we're here at Salem University.
I thought it was a
Salem,
sea
Illinois.
turtles thing because it's college. We're raising money for sea turtles.
Yes, sea turtles. Yes, we're raising money for the sea turtles.
Raising money to replace the plastic straws in the student dining halls with the paper ones because they're better for the student. They're better for the sea turtles.
It's better for the environment, but worse for drinking. I guess.
Think of the sea turtles.
We're willing to make that sacrifice.
I think isn't that like who's that kid? Who's Scotty's kid on General Hospital?
Serena Baldwin.
Yeah,
Serena.
She's always trying to save a turtle or something, isn't she?
Yes.
The whales is the big one for Serena.
She's on turtles.
She's always trying to say something. That's what she's on her world tour out there. Maybe one day she'll wind up in Salem. I don't know. The big crossover event, Salem Baldwin comes to Taste of Our Lives. And that'll draw people, right? Everybody's just so excited. It's the GH crossover that we've been looking for.
You know what I saw this week, you guys? It was kind of interesting to me. I saw a picture, and I don't remember her name. Who's the actress that plays Stephanie?
Abigail Klein?
Yeah, Abigail something.
I saw a picture of Abigail Klein when she was a Cowboys cheerleader.
Oh, was she a Cowboys cheerleader?
She was a Cowboys cheerleader in 2008. She has her hair, of course, Cowboys cheerleaders are typically, most of them are blonde. So she has her hair as blonde.
Oh.
And her face looks exactly the same. She don't look any different, but she can sure sport some little shorty white cowboy. She looks good.
So we're talking the Dallas Cowboys of the famed NFL team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the little
worldwide for being champions 20 years ago or something.
Well, 2008, she was a cheerleader for the Dallas Cowboys with a little short
Look at her
song.
Now she's running around Salem as the strongest, with the most in demand. What is she? A PR person?
She's a PR person.
Yeah.
Yes.
I enjoy Stephanie, but that girl don't come up with nothing that I couldn't come up with, and I don't PR nothing.
What do we do? We need to change focus somehow. What if we write accurate stories?
Don't get crazy. All right, don't get crazy.
And I know pretty soon Everett's goose is going to get cooked.
I mean, it was about to get cooked, and then he turned right out of there when the oven was hot.
Yeah, he backed out of that doorway at the pub, didn't he?
It's like that I don't know if you guys have seen that Homer Simpson gif where he backs into the
bushes.
Oh yeah,
it goes into the shrubs. Yeah.
That was very much Everett this week. Or what was his name when he was married to Jada? Sean or something? I don't know.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess Bobby and Everett are very different names. It would be hard for him to slip up. It's not like Bobby and Barry,
No.
Oh my gosh! So I guess
if he would have just went with Robert.
Robert
and Bobby don't sound like either, but they are the same name.
Robert and Bobby.
Yes.
So the jewelry purchase then was what? Stephanie's engagement ring.
That's all kinds of shady.
See, look at you living this double life.
He was living a dual life then, and he's living a dual life now.
I didn't mean to. I just fell in love with Stephanie, and I didn't know how to end things with Jada.
Yeah.
So I just left.
He was never in no coma.
I don't know. We're gonna find out. He was actually in Greece figuring out everything about the pond. He is Constantine's nephew, and was summoned to town.
Oh, why not?
Why not? He's also from Mars. I'm just trying to come up with some sort of wackadoodle Days of Our Lives plot, okay? He could be from Mars. He's a clone. He used to be a toucan, but then was genetically altered to evolve into a human. You know,
Oh,
all
sure.
sorts of different
Oh,
stuff.
Angela said, forget y'all.
Yeah, Angela was like, this is too ridiculous. You guys are being super silly. You're
Stupid
being
dumb
so
guy.
ridiculous.
Y'all
I
don't need
can't
a
even
professor
entertain
today.
this. There is nothing for me to educate these dum-dums on right now. Clone. Evolved from a toucan. I'm out of here. Just dumped. Just, oh, man. No, she's taking a phone call. A very important phone call. She's a very busy, important woman, you know.
But she got a lot of irons in the fire. That's
She's got so many irons in the fire. She's got friendships to maintain, connections to explore. She's got soap articles to write for soapoperanews.net. She's got TVentertainmentnews.com to cultivate and grow. Plus, she gives us her time here on Days for Dummies and also has her own line of podcasts that she's scheduling for her life as well, on top of her real life.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, she's taking a very important phone call.
Very full real lives.
Sorry, guys. It was my sister calling.
That was Frank Valentini calling, giving Angela the scoop on something that she's going to bring to you on TVentertainmentnews.com.
Right. I wish. That's nice. But it was my sister. And because we have our special guest coming in an hour, my sister just told me that it's imperative that I bring my nephews to my brother's house before the snow gets too bad, because the white stuff is falling from our sky again.
Oh, no.
I'm going to hop off here and I will be back.
Sure, do what you gotta do. We're chilling. We're hanging.
Okay.
We're
all right.
doing our
Talk
thing.
about Ava and Harris without you, though.
Damn those kids. All right. I'll be back.
Sure thing. See you later. See, like I said, we're just hanging out in the student union today. We're just waiting for Remington Hoffman to come here at 10:30 a.m. live on this channel with us.
Yep.
So we're just hanging out. Jacarius was like hi earlier, so hey, Jacarius, if you're still around. I also put up a poll. You know, I asked people to pick a destiny, Ma. Pick a destiny. And there's 4 options.
Okay.
The first destiny is Brady and Teresa in love.
Okay.
They were smooching when she was super stoned. I don't even want to say stoned. I want to say just high off a rocker. Doing terribly illegal and illicit drugs.
Teresa and Brady, yeah.
The second option was Teresa and Alex. Is that the destiny?
Well, they both said this week that they're in love.
They're in love.
They're in love.
They don't know how, they don't know why, but it's happened, and we love each other.
They both said it this week separately, but not to each other, really.
Is the destiny Brady and Kristen?
I'm a fan of that one.
You like that one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You jumped on that ship last week, right? 2
I
weeks
did,
ago.
because I was surprised. But I thought their chemistry just jumped off because I'd only see them fussing and fighting and being awful to each other before.
But now,
but they had a tender moment of understanding and compassion, and man, they have great chemistry.
You could totally see where their connection is.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fourth option, the fourth destiny that's potentially out there right now in the stories of Days of Our Lives in this particular corner of soap land. Is it Alex and Solitude? Will he wind up alone? Probably not.
No. He won't wind up alone. He looked too good.
Well, as it stands right now, there's actually a 3-way tie between this. People don't want to see Alex alone. That one's losing. But when it comes down to it, the people who have participated in the poll so far are all evenly split between Brady and Teresa and Alex, Brady and Kristen. So that tells me that the people that voted are at least enjoying what's being offered when it comes to the potentialities of these couples that exist out there between these characters.
Yeah. Well, if they do it straight up soap opera style, Alex and Teresa will be getting married and the truth will come out.
Oh, yes.
At the ceremony.
And Xander's going to be like, wait, I've got proof. I've got proof. I am Victor's son.
It was funny, too. They were talking, it's hilarious when I hear a doctor say that they are having some fine financial things are tight. To hear a doctor say that, I'm sorry. And then Xander says, "Oh, Sarah, maybe you should ask for a raise." Well, what?
Maybe her spending is extreme. I mean, look at that house she lives in. Maybe Maggie's not paying for the rent. Maybe it's up to Sarah. Or she moved out, didn't she? She's living with Xander somewhere.
Xander in that little tiny apartment.
Well, maybe. I mean,
which you don't.
Before.
They just dress it. They just dress it.
Yeah.
But Xander's apartment, Alex's apartment, and Tripp's apartment
are all the same set. With different curtains.
Yeah, they dress it different, but the doors and stuff are in the same spot.
That's super funny. That is so funny. I didn't notice. I did not notice. But hey, whatever, right? We're getting a show.
Yeah, we are.
They're producing one and they're putting it on Peacock, and what can we say? I'm happy that it's there.
Me too.
Oh goodness. I was gonna make some sort of point, but I don't even remember anymore. But whatever. Who cares? I don't care.
Well, I was just talking about, they're talking about their money woes. I understand why they're doing it though, because Xander's really got more money than, whoever does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to come into a fortune. On top of that as well, too, like, I think that was like, weren't they talking about their past, about how they used to be poor and it made him make evil choices and be a criminal, and now they don't have to worry about that because Sarah's got a good job. I'm worried about the future. I want to make sure that she's very taken care of. You should get some more money or something.
I like his scar.
Yeah, you like yourself some Xander, I can tell.
I want to see Xander lean into the badness, though.
Well, he might have to now.
But he might have to because he got a phone call, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been summoned to take somebody out.
Yes, he has.
Who is it?
To me, like since we haven't been watching it that long, I didn't see evil Xander.
Yeah, we haven't seen bad guy Xander.
We haven't seen evil Xander yet.
So now we get to see bad guy Xander like be forced to do something that he doesn't want to morally do anymore.
But I like the actor when he lowers his and then smiles, the way his mouth is, he reminds me of the Joker. When he lowers his eyes and smiles, he reminds me of the Joker.
Then it's perfect. Then it's absolutely perfect. I listen. I don't know. Maybe it's Constantine being like, you have to kill John Black. I don't know who he's been summoned to take out. Who could it be?
The person's voice was distorted, so it should be somebody we know,
right?
Because the voice was distorted, right?
Where's our TAs to help us out? Where's Jeannie? Where's Jakarius? Taiwan, where are you? Everybody's sleeping in, getting ready for Remington later.
And I really thought that they had restraint and went to their separate quarters, but I thought they was gonna jump on each other right there at the dining table. Haggis.
Well, Xander has the restraint. I don't know if this is the right thing to do right now.
You're right.
We've got to be smart about this, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah's like, no, give it to me, Dad. Give it to
Sarah.
Oh, goodness. I love it when an actor has a voice that I can actually do.
Uh-huh. Sarah.
No more boring, just normal performances, okay?
Oh, I don't know. I think you do an okay Constantine, too.
Yeah.
And John Black? Oh, John Black's gold, okay?
All you got to do is just turn your mouth a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
Kung Fu John Black
is Peter August good when it comes to your impersonations. He's Peter August good.
Kung Fu John Black is the cover art today for today's podcast. Waking up and trying to karate chop Marlena. Hey, Jakarius. Jakarius is back in the chat here to set us straight and tell us how we're wrong. I can't wait. Hey, who'd you vote for in the poll, Jakarius? I'm curious. What destiny would you like to see on Days of Our Lives? Oh, goodness. Kung Fu John Black.
I like Brady with Kristen.
Brady with Kristen? That's good.
I think they could fight real fun.
Yep. And as we were discussing, Teresa and Alex, they're okay for now, but soon that plane is going to crash and Xander is going to be standing in the wreckage.
Yes,
with his haggis in one hand and Sarah in his arm. And he's got one of those baby things. You know, one of those baby things where they put the baby and you hold it on the chest.
Oh, like a little, like a body thing.
Yeah, like a body
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So the baby's here,
Mm-hmm.
Victoria, and then he's got Sarah in his arm. And he's got a plate of haggis in his hand.
You know what's funny? Funny about like, okay, she's been like making over all this. You know, Sarah was making over like the haggis and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys, I spent 3 weeks in Scotland. I went there for business. I was there for 3 weeks. I tried to find all that, you know, I wanted to try the traditional foods.
Yeah.
I could not find haggis. The Scotsman told me it's so nasty, we don't eat it.
We don't really eat this. I don't know why the world thinks we do.
Know, and I found the food there to be quite bad.
Ooh, Scotland, not a place for culinary delights, according to Ma.
No, and like the restaurants we went to, there weren't not traditional, but you know, like Mexican food or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Being from California, well, I've had like, you know, real cuisine from those, you know, real.
Uh-huh.
Very
so
good.
you're a Scottish food snob, is what you're telling me.
Well, I was just saying, okay, the Mexican food tasted like banquet dinner, all right? It was not good.
75-cent microwave meal, 10 for 10, everybody.
The only thing I did, I went to Edinburgh, and one restaurant we went to a Thai restaurant, and it was the best Thai food I've ever had.
And you just kept going. You never went anywhere else when you were in Edinburgh.
And in Scotland, you guys, the people I was around and stuff, and I was just ordinary folks. I tell you, Scots have got the tolerance from alcohol that, oh my word. And they were like, have another cat. It's on the company. Like, oh no, I won't be able to walk if I do that. And they were still making complete sentences and making sense, you know?
No, I'm going at 2.5. I'm done.
Right. I'm going to be like stumbling and
oh my goodness,
talking about me for days if I have any more. Come on.
Janet's here. Hey, Janet. And Janet agrees. She agrees. In England as well, she adds, the food is not great in England. So, you know, it's just...
And they eat pork and beans with breakfast. It's so weird.
It is not what we do here in America.
No, it's not. And I understand. I mean, I'm not being ugly. Okay? I'm not being ugly. It's just, it was different. Oh, and I tried blood sausage.
You're just not a fan. You're not a fan of traditional Scottish cuisine, how they figured it out, how they survived way back when in the medieval times.
But Scotland was awesome and beautiful.
Or you can send frozen boxes in an airplane across borders, you know, like that's how they survived. They had to eat the blood sausage and they had to eat the haggis.
It's because they ate the haggis because there wasn't anything else.
Exactly.
Because it was delicious.
You know, and then they were fighting with the Irish and couldn't get potatoes. You know?
Yeah.
And then I don't know. That was probably
what did he say?
I
what did Xander's nips and
I don't even know. I
what
don't
do
even
you call
know.
potatoes, you guys? Tatas?
Nips and tatas.
Something like that.
Oh my goodness gracious!
The turnips and potatoes, nips and tatas.
Something like that, but ultimately, those Xander and Sarah had a great time living together once again.
The fact that they call it nips and tatas is hilarious.
It is super funny. Because here in the United States, that could mean something different. Congratulations, Jacarius. His subscriber count is growing. You know, he put up a Days of Our Lives review and people are liking it. So, hey, you know, you can go check that out on Jacarius's Soap After Show at any point if you'd like. And then while you're out there on the World Wide Webs, you can follow us on Twitter if you want, Instagram as well. And then also, you know, support Chandra if you're looking for a job. Oh, Chandra, the Jedi job-seeking master. She'll help you out.
What? She'll help you out, that's for sure.
Shameless plugs as we continue to just sit here and chill. Just sit here and chill. Kung Fu John Black was probably my favorite part of the week, but, you know, John Black is always going to be my favorite part of the week. I really can't measure the rest of the show against him.
Oh, the only time I liked John Black better was when Patches with him.
Yeah. when that duo is on screen for
Oh,
sure.
that duo. I love that duo. I really do.
Is. It really
I
is.
haven't been watching it all these years. I see it years ago when they were younger. I don't know, were they partners before too?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel like they've been friends for a long time. What I'm disappointed in is how I didn't watch Days of Our Lives before. You know, I feel like I've missed having John Black be a part of my life growing
Well,
up.
I'm sure he had been quite entertaining.
I am sure I would have loved him as a child
Mm-hmm.
and
Now,
as a teenager and as a young adult and as a full adult, and I'm probably going to enjoy him as an old man.
he is very recognizable from old, but at the same time, he looks so different than he used to too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just not doing the hair anymore made a huge difference in how he looks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, it definitely to me it made him look like less like somebody in the 90s trying to hold it. Not in their 90s, but he reminded me just with
Yes.
the specific color of the hair and
Oh
how
yeah.
obviously dyed it was. There was just
Yes.
something about like the decade, late 90s.
And
Something about it.
his hair is so starkly different
Yeah.
that, and I know from my own hair, um, I mean, he had to go get a touch up constantly
All the time.
because it was so stark different.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Or he had that powder stuff doing in the part. I mean, he was putting that on there, boy.
Just doing everything he could to hide the roots.
Yeah, because man, that's a huge difference. I mean,
Big,
you
big, big,
only
big
have to
difference.
have you only have to have a root like that to be
And
able to
somebody
see
can
it.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, because
And
it's
then
so.
and the
it's-
illusion is ruined and you look like a skunk.
Oh yeah, that's what stops me from doing that.
Skunk stripe.
Oh, or the T-cone where it's right here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh hell, I don't know if I can ever get away from dye.
Like, but you would have to like dye your hair gray and then let it grow out, you know?
Actually, I talked to my hairdresser about that,
Oh.
and she said we could do that. However, you're going to have to cut your hair quite a bit, I think, because if we don't, it's going to damage the heck out of it.
Mm.
I was like, oh, well, nope.
I guess you're just gonna have to have that hair
Every
color the
time
rest of
I've
your life.
cut my hair off, every time in my life, from the time I was 6 to 60, I hated it. Every
I remember those pictures of you as a kid.
Yeah.
Just the freest of free haircuts is what my mom had when she was a little girl.
I had pixies because my mom didn't want to deal with my hair. I had pixies. You guys, you see, I have a round face. When I was a little girl, I had a round face. I look terrible. Thinking.
She looked like a
Anyway,
little girl. A little girl is what she looked like.
no little
good.
girl.
Hey, Teresa and Alex have pushed ahead in the poll. They are now leading when it comes to what people want to see for their destiny. Teresa and Alex, a very popular couple, it seems.
When Alex finds out the truth, I don't think he's going to have a whole lot of love for Teresa, and he will eventually find out the truth, and he'll find out that she withheld it from him, or she orchestrated the whole thing, which she did. He's going to be mad as hell at her, and he won't be crazy about her, but it could circle around.
Will Justin reject Alex when the truth comes out? Because Alex will be like, "Oh no, you are my dad. I'm so sorry," and maybe Justin will be like, "Get away from me, you punk."
Well,
he was such a little shit.
He did mention that this week, how awful he has been to Justin, who has never done anything but just been adoring, loving father to him.
Yeah. He went from dad to Justin like overnight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the history again to be able to comment on it. I also don't know how long Alex was in Justin's life either. Did Justin raise Alex as a little kid?
It appears on Days of Our Lives that nobody raised their natural child. It does seem that way.
Yeah.
The only person that's raising their children is Chad.
Chad, yeah. Oh, I mean, technically, Eric is raising his own child. He just doesn't know it.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That'll.
And he's with that. Oh man, she's my least favorite character on the show.
You don't like Sloane?
I can't stand Sloane.
Mm-hmm.
The awful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Awful.
yeah. I don't think she's gonna last much longer on the show, honestly. I think
Well,
when the baby thing comes about, that character is going to leave.
well, I noticed that with Days of Our Lives, when stories come to a conclusion,
Mm-hmm.
especially when stories come to the conclusion, things are found out. Typically, the bad guy is just gone.
Yeah,
they move away.
we're not gonna be around anymore. We're not gonna stick. I mean, that's a good strategy. Then you don't have to constantly try to figure out what this person is gonna do.
No.
You know, that's a big criticism over on General Hospital is Esme sticking around and sticking around and sticking around and sticking around, and well, we'll see how long she sticks around now, but she had been sticking around.
Sticking around and sticking around. Yeah.
Maureen wants to know. Maureen, one of my
Hey,
one of my Teresa and Alex Twitter chatterers wants to know if we were surprised that Teresa has genuine feelings for Alex.
Yes, I was
Mhm.
actually. Not so much for him, but for her, yes, because in the time that I've seen Teresa go, I haven't seen Teresa. You know, I saw Jen Lilly play her, and that was when they introduced Teresa to us,
Right.
viewers. And you know, in just the last 4 months. So I don't know what kind of crazy things that she did in the past, but that I've always thought of her as just a very, very self-centered person that really doesn't have regard for anybody except for Tate. And that's kind of wishy-washy sometimes.
Yeah. like it's really showing its face right now because of the situation that Tate was in. But when it's less dire, it's a little more wishy-washy, like you said.
Yeah.
And all this came because she came to town for Victor's funeral, and it just was like, oh, what's this information that I found out? Okay, I'm going to turn this into money for me.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Oh, yeah. And then what somebody referred to her as a gold digger, and she was so offended.
Well, I think you might be.
I think there's a picture of you underneath that word.
If you look up the definition of a gold digger in the dictionary, you're going to find a picture of Teresa Donovan. So yeah, surprised. I'm supposed to be. I mean, I can't. This sucks. This is the part that sucks about me being me. Sometimes is, you know, since I see the writing on the wall, I understand where the good and interesting story is going to be. I'm not surprised that she has caught feelings for Alex because it makes sense that she would.
Oh, sure.
You know,
because now she's going to be so conflicted.
Right. You know, and then she's already like conflicted where she almost sort of kind of wants to fess up to a degree, you know. So we'll see where that pushes her.
I don't see her fessing up. I don't
think
see
she's gonna-
Teresa fessing up. I don't see her, and Sloan either. Sloan's never.
I believe that Teresa is going to come close to fessing up. Hey, Chandra. Chandra's here to say hi before she goes to the basketball game.
Hi, Chandra.
Hi, Chandra. She says be sure to like and subscribe.
Thank you.
So what I think is that she's going to come close to fessing up. She's going to be like, Alex, there's so much I need to tell you. It's like, I have to tell you something first. And then he's going to propose. And she's going to be like, okay, yeah, I'll marry you. I guess there's, you know, so late in the game now. I mean, I'm almost at the end game.
Well, Alex is already thinking about asking her. Marlena kind of like shook him a little bit and like, no, don't be stupid.
Marlena, just
In
the
a
Salem
very
advice giver.
professional way of saying the same thing.
Pretty much. It's like, does that mean that she loves me? I mean, it might. Oh, goodness. So you're saying I should marry her? I'm not saying that. You're saying I should rush out and get a ring right now and propose to Teresa before the day is over.
It just seemed funny to me that he needed to go talk to Marlena. I mean, when he's sitting there talking to her, it's like the way he's just, you know, it just reminded me of like, he's in the 10th grade with a crush. He needs to go talk to his psychic about that.
Yeah. No, everybody needs to go talk to Marlena. Everybody's got to go sit in her office, tell him about her problems. Between Marlena and Leo, nobody can keep a secret. Marlena is going to dispense advice in her office, and Leo's going to write about it in Lady Whistleblower.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this Newsies room that they have going?
Oh, the Newsies room this week. I dismiss it in my brain, but I notice it. What was the point of putting two big old cubicles in a tiny room?
Right? I don't know.
The walls of the cubicles was that far from the actual wall of the building.
I'm not sure if they're intending, if this is supposed to be like a corner of a much larger space, or if this is meant to be a closet-sized.
And I understand the cubicles if there was like a barrier or sight line, but no, they're like right there with each other, within two cubicles,
just chilling,
just
hanging. We got Chad the editor-in-chief / owner, just sitting in that dark corner, the darkest corner. Everybody's crammed in. I don't know. It's just super funny for me to see. But, it's also at the same time, it's not supposed to be like this independent rag. It's not like a 4-page newsletter that they sell in a corner. This is supposed to be a major publication.
Yes.
And so you would think that they would have hundreds of reporters.
Mm-hmm. It looked like the newsroom from the high school.
It does. It does. It absolutely does. Like they're pasting the articles together to Xerox. To tape in everybody's locker, slide it into the grate. That's exactly what it looks like. And then they have the Lady Whistleblower column, which is basically the gossip column, which is your classic sitcom story setup, right?
Yes.
Oh, Stephanie Tanner's writing the gossip column. What drama's gonna come? She found out this information. Is she going to write about it or keep it to herself? Find out tonight at 8.
From Leo's wardrobe choices, what he doesn't want to be is unnoticed.
Right. No, he doesn't want to be unnoticed. He wants to.
That was a heck of a suit there.
He wants to torture Sloane by spending all of her money.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to show up to work and then ask for the day off.
Yes.
And eventually
and
Dimitri
people give him what he wants, just where he'll leave.
Exactly. He's got it figured out. He knows how to play that game. And then eventually we'll get Dimitri back. Eventually. This baby thing has got to blow over. Holly's got to wake up. Nicole's got to come back to town. Sloane's got to feel more guilty now that the pressure's on even further.
Yeah, I guess, we're not going to see Nicole for a little bit because Nicole went with Holly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're not going to see Nicole on our screen for a little bit until she comes home with a Holly.
No, maybe Melinda's going to be the one that ruins it for everybody. Maybe she's going to be like, Sloane, I did this because you're my friend, and you haven't called me in 6 weeks. We don't talk.
Sloane and Melinda deserve each other. Very much.
Oh, goodness.
And they're both terrible women. They're terrible women.
I wouldn't even wish Melinda on Lee Shin anymore.
Me either.
I liked that little blossoming romance that they had, but not now. Now I don't like Melinda enough.
I'm
going to tell Remington Hoffman that. I'm going to say, Remington, if you go back to this show and they pair you with Melinda, you refuse to do the scenes, okay?
Linda and Sloane deserve each other.
I'm not really going to tell him that. They do deserve each other. Maybe they should have a Thelma and Louise ending. Where they're being chased by the cops, right? And they come up to the cliffside in Salem, right? And they're like, we can't get away. We can't get away. What are we going to do? We go back, they're going to take us to the slammer. That sort of lies where we're living anyway. You ready, Melinda? I'm ready, Sloane. And off the cliff they go.
Yeah. Off the cliff they go. Pedal to the metal.
Oh, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Thelma and Louise. I feel like the statute of limitations has expired for spoiler alert for that movie.
Man, Thelma and Louise is a good movie. Fast forward all the way to the scenes with a very, very young teenage Brad Pitt. He looking fine too.
19, 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Thelma and Louise, rented at a video store near you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people can even do that. Hey, does anybody have a local video store? I don't have a local video store.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. There's probably one in a neighboring town. like closer.
Well,
Look,
you want a video? Well, the video store is Target, isn't it? I mean,
but you can't rent. Like, there's no rental
no,
places. Where you can go and pick up a
There's no need
DVD.
for that. There's no need for that
Nope, not
anymore.
anymore. So now find Thelma and Louise on your favorite streaming
I'm
network, I
sure.
guess.
I'm sure it's findable. I'm
Hey,
sure it is.
Sabrina.
I'm sure it is.
Oh goodness. So hey, coming up in about a half an hour, about 35 minutes, we got Remington Hoffman coming on to this
We
channel
do.
to chit chat with us about days of our lives, about Satima, about life.
I'm gonna tell him too. If he's alive and he comes back, stay away from that Melinda.
So we're excited for that. We're going to bring that to you live right here on the 10th Floor Podcast channel. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so right now. That way you can get notified when we go live at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time with Mr. Remington Hoffman and Days of Our Lives. So that's coming up in half an hour. And that's not all, folks. Okay? I've been low-key this morning. I have been reserving my energy because we are just getting started.
We have podcast all morning.
We got this going on. We got Remington Hoffman at 10:30, and then at some point after we're done talking to Remington, we're gonna get into the 10th Floor Podcast and talk about that GH. That might only be 45 minutes, but we're still gonna do it.
We sure are.
So stick around the 10th Floor all morning long. We are gonna be back at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. That's 11:30 a.m. for people. It's also 12:30 p.m. And 1:30 and 2:30 and 3:30. I mean, there's 24 hours in a day, and they exist at all times somewhere on the planet. So just do the math.
Yeah, do that. Don't watch some stupid football games today.
Football?
No.
Football. That's stupid.
Oh,
football's next week, right?
Well, no, honey. Football's today.
There's football today?
Yeah, there's football today. 4 teams left. The 2 that win today go to the Super Bowl on the 11th.
I don't know. Okay, well, good luck to the teams that are playing in the NFL playoffs today. If you're a fan of that, enjoy watching it. If you're not a fan of that, enjoy watching us.
Well, it depends on, one comes on this morning like around 10:30, and one comes on this afternoon. The 49er game is this afternoon.
I'm honestly I might be just making a sweeping generalization, and I'm open for the chat to yell at me and tell me that I'm wrong. But I don't think that the majority of our audience is watching football on Sunday mornings.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't.
They could be, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But hey, if you like the 49ers, go enjoy that game. And if you like the Ravens or whoever else is playing, enjoy that game too.
It's oh gosh. I know the Chiefs are playing this morning. I forgot who they're playing. And then the 49ers play this afternoon.
Go Niners, go Chiefs. We'll see y'all in about half an hour with Remington Hoffman.